action with Wilson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Coleman now. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Ready. Ready.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Smith catches left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, boys, got 4. Look, guys, 4 down, 4 down.
On 2nd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will get the football at their 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ready. We're waiting.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Now he'll escape to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. He's got a man, complete. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. But fortunately the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have...
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Coleman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Here we go.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. To throw is Breeze. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Hey, easy.
Again, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of that, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
What's good on the extra point? And it's now 14-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10 at the 20.
4 down, 4 down.
Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
Shotgun. Shotgun, 4 down, 4 down. Safe. Bang out, bam.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. High throw, but he makes the catch. 1st down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
4 down. Check. Run it. Check 50.
They go play action here on 1st down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the 1st half.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Tight. 380. 14, front it. Punch left. Be alert.
To throw again is Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, hey. Check 50, check 50.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He hits Baldwin right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Gun. Check 50, check 50. Check 50, check 50.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. This from 54 yards away. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here comes Johnson on the return. And now running right through it. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Ready? You ready? Good set, good set. On
play action, now Breeze. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the gun, it's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
Free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Breeze to try again after the pick six. It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Now Breeze again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Ready. 90.
Breeze to throw again. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Here's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Seahawks on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken around the 12. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to...
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. A carry now for McKissick. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Gotta go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Gotta go. Go.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
Breeze now on 1st down. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Nazir Jones in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Breeze to throw. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready? You ready?
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Spread left, spread left. Bang out, bang out, bang, bang. Stop your whining. Check 13.
Here's Wilson to throw. Forced out to his left. And Dixon over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 18. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Easy.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Breeze now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. In for the score. And the Saints add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, defense.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the shotgun, Wilson flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
19.
On first down, Wilson steps away to his left. And he's got room. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Chet into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's got some space here. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
That was... an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A gain of 32 that time. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Being chased out left. He was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Buying time to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ready. Blue 90.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down. 4 down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey. Hey, we are ready. Blue 80. That's it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Oh, he shifts past him and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, 4 down. 4 down. Ready for shot.
They go play action here on 1st down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
We got 4. Ready. Blue 80. Left side.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Breeze. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. K.J. Wright in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Ready. You ready?
Play action. Breeze. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Ready? You waiting?
To throw, it's Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Saints are pouring it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a 2nd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jaron Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating. and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Now Breeze on third down. That's complete to Meredith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion. Beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
On first down, Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Coleman. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Get set. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ready for check.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Ready. Yellow waiting. 11. I'm coming out to you.
Breeze going to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down. Mike 50, Mike.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And some room to roam now. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
4 down, 4 down. Detroit! Detroit! 52. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 52.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Dixon over the middle. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bob.